Local 2 investigates church pastors going public as atheists. It sounds unbelievable, but it happened at a church right here in Houston. And more than 270 church leaders across the country have now joined a new group of clergy that no longer believe in God. Tonight, that Houston pastor explains his decision, and as Local 2 investigator Robert Arnold reports, the surprise is how his church found out and why it could be happening at other Houston churches.
Sunday mornings are usually filled with songs and sermons, but imagine hearing this Sunday message, and on national TV no less, from your church pastor.
Hardly anyone ever reads the Bible, and I think if they did, the whole thing would be in big trouble.
And with that, Mike Aus went public as an atheist, someone who no longer believes in God. He was senior pastor at Theophilus Church in Katy, and members say they were blindsided by his appearance on a Sunday morning show on MSNBC.
Are you going to go preach next Sunday?
I'm going to go back next week and meet with my leadership and talk about where we're going to go from here, and we'll see.
Aus was a longtime Lutheran pastor in Houston, but says he no longer believes in the message he's been preaching for almost 20 years. Aus declined our request for an interview, saying his statements on the show explain his loss of faith.
As I started to jettison the beliefs, I came to realize fairly recently that there wasn't a whole lot left.
I would be angry for one, because when I go to church, I go to church expecting the word, expecting the man giving me the word to be in Christ.
I would not feel comfortable with it.
The effect on his church, with about 80 members, was immediate. Weeks after his announcement, the church dissolved. Members didn't want to talk with us on camera, but told us their pastor's complete about-face was devastating.
It rocks their world.
Keith Jenkins is a Methodist pastor and former president of the Houston Graduate School of Theology. He says many church leaders question their faith, but
Never before has it been a public phenomenon.
the website, clergyproject.com, has become a gathering group for pastors, ministers, and other church leaders who no longer believe in God. The group now says it has more than 240 members. Aus was one of the first to make his decision public.
But most in that group of those who no longer believe have not gone public. They are secret atheists, yet still serving in churches and still ministering to their congregations, even though they no longer believe in the message they are preaching.
They need to move on. They don't need to stay within the church and especially use their position to try to take others with them.
A personal, spiritual decision from one-time spiritual leaders with long-lasting effects. Robert Arnold, KPRC Local 2.
Members tell us that Aus did meet with his church following his public announcement, but like Robert reported, that church dissolved just weeks later. We've posted Aus's full interview that aired on MSNBC. It is on the front page of click2houston.com.